Good morning, sunflowers. It's the homesteading contestant, and today I get a car. Hey, hey, HK, yeah, we do it our way. Homestead dreams with a little sad sway. It's the homesteading contest. Come on, take a peek. HK. So yes, I am getting a new car today. Sunflowers, it's been a whirlwind. You know, if you've been watching my videos, I told you guys, like, let's fast forward it back, right? I'm gonna have to have a seat for this one. So, I would say, probably in, it was 2021, I had a Nissan Altima, and it was great. You know, I had it for a while, and, I had it for years. You know, I had surgeries, 2 surgeries. It was a hysterectomy. Then I had to get a benign, I think the one that's not cancerous, because it wasn't cancerous, tumor removed, and it caused me to be out of work for some time. You know, I was on FMLA, but you know, that stuff run out, maxed out my vacation time. And that was the first time I had the surgery. I had 2 surgeries in 1 year in 2021. And then later on that year, I had like the beginning of the year in January. Then I had another surgery in like May of the same year to remove that tumor that they saw during the first surgery, which was it was in my medical records that it was already there. And that's what had brought me in, but that's a whole nother video I'm gonna have to share with you guys on another video. But this video is about me getting a car. So I say all that to say, you know, I had a 2021 Nissan Altima. Nobody ever drove it, you know, besides probably a test drive. It had 7 miles on it. It was great. Had it for all the way up into 2025. This year. I had it all the way to 2025. I had to play catch up. I was behind. That 2021 surgery, it's like you making up just to get by, just to pay these bills, and any extra stuff is just so hard. You know, I got caught up. Then, you know, life happens. I'll just sum it up with life happens. I had negative equity on this vehicle, which caused my monthly payment so much. You know, insurance for cars are about as much as a car note. And just say nowadays in 2025, getting a car is so expensive depending on your credit and depending on your situation. I mean, even some people get credit, they get bad deals because they don't know what to ask for. So I said, you know what? I had decided that I was going to let the Nissan Altima go back because it was draining my pockets. And I'm trying to live, you know, a more frugal life. Didn't want it on my credit, which I actually don't think they put it on there. I'm not sure. I got a trophy Nissan. When I check my credit, I don't see it on there. Now, they do know about my surgeries and things. I don't know. Maybe they gave me a pass. Who knows? But it was given back to them in February of this year. I ended up, you know, not having a car for a couple months. Then I ended up going to one of those small car lots. A car lot in my town that I'm not used to. I didn't know nothing about them. Wanted to give them a chance. You know, did the regular things, checked the oil under the hood. I don't know much about cars, but it seemed like it ran good. Took it for a test drive and put down $2,500 down on this car. And that was a big, huge mistake. So when I don't know if I said this is my washer in the background, so let me put my phone down so I can just talk to you guys more. Hold on. Okay. Ooh, this child holding that phone was hurting my hand. Look, I got my pimple patches on, but hey, this is a real raw video. What I was saying, I put $2,500 down. You know, the car was running smoothly. It did have some signs that you don't realize are big red flags until the red flags start waving. So when I went to the car lot, you know, I got the car, signed the paperwork and all that good stuff. They told me, oh, bring it back Monday. I got it on a Friday. Bring it back Monday because we need to do an inspection on it because they just got the car in the car lot. Didn't think none of it. So I'm like, okay. So I brought it back Monday, and then they plugged it up, and then he said, have you been driving it? And I said, yeah, of course. You know, I've been driving, just got a car. And he was like, well, drive it a little longer and then bring it back Tuesday. He said, you don't stay that far, so like, go ahead and drive it some more and bring it back up here. And I was like, okay. You know, yeah, you just kind of raise the eyebrow, but you don't probably ask too many questions. Didn't ask me any questions. So I left, but I left uneasy. So then when I left, I said, you know what, let me go and take it to O'Reilly's and have them plug it up and see why come he's having me come back. This is the second time I've been, right? So when I plugged it up, they told me a 6 spark plug was misfiring. And when I looked it up, it said it can cause like problems with the flow of the car, how it runs, if it runs smoothly, or even the speed of the car. And said something about some transmission lights and things like that. You know, it's just a lot of stuff when you look it up on the internet. So, and it just depends on how long you leave something not fixed, right? So I said, okay. He gave me the paper with what it said. And so when I went back for the third day, before he plugged it up, I had my recorder on my phone because, you know, now I'm kind of like, let me get you on recording saying these things. So I was like, I took it to O'Reilly. That's what I told the guy. I was upfront with him. And I said, they told me that the 6 spark plug was misfiring. So is that what's happening when you plug it up? Is that why it's not passing? So then he was like, those things happen, that, you know, that doesn't mean that it's like running bad. You know, if it's just something so simple like that, we'll fix it. And he said, if you see a transmission light, then we need to be alarmed. And he said, we'll do right by you, we'll fix it because we gave it to you like that. So we wouldn't, even though it's as is, we gave it to you like that, and we don't want to do a bad deal. And I said, okay, that made me feel secure. But only half of that conversation got on my recording because as soon as he cranked my car up, my car was connected to my phone, and it took some of that recording off. So hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. My allergies be bothering me in the morning time. If you getting familiar with me, if you already know me, when I wake up, my face is like puffy, allergies are draining. I wash my face already, brush my teeth, and it's just part of the cycle for me in the morning. It's like the longer I sleep, the worse of my sinus problems are when I wake up. But so anywho, when he said that, I did at least get enough to know that he acknowledged that I said something was wrong with the car. Mind you, I got it Friday, came back Monday, came back Tuesday, and now this is the third time. This is Wednesday. So I only had the car this much time. You know, we already got problems. I already signed the paperwork. Since he told me they would do right by me, and I at least had it on half of it on recording, I felt safe. And besides that, I really couldn't do anything anyway because I already had signed the papers. So when he plugged it up again, it still wasn't doing it. So he was like, bring it back Friday. Like, skip Thursday, bring it back Friday. And if it's still doing this, we'll fix it. And guess what? Came back, guess what worked? It worked. It's a miracle. It did not, the codes it was reading for him or not passing on the plug, it worked. So he told me, go ahead and take it up to some people they use that was up the street. It was like 5 minutes away from them. They do their inspections. It was paid for through them. So I took it, And he did the inspection, the guy. Of course, the inspection passed. And then I left. So, car was riding smooth, you know. I did always feel like when I got on the gas, I feel like something was kind of off, but no lights were on. I mentioned it to my dad, I mentioned it to my husband, and, you know, they wasn't like real concerned because, you know, there was no lights on, there was no oil leaks. So, you know, and I wasn't really concerned that much because I was like, okay, maybe it's just me because I can just run away with my thoughts and think, you know, just overthink things. So, kept driving it, you know, took care of it, washed it, got an oil change. Mind you, I got the car in June, only had it 2 months. On that second month, in the second month, then I already made a payment. I made an early payment. So the second month, I had already paid the payment 2 weeks early. And it happened again on a Friday. My son went to go get some food, and he told me when he came back, he said, "Mama, your car stopped at a red light," and I had to crank it back up. And I was like, I was thinking, you know, I was like, well, it may be something you did wrong in my mind. So when my husband took my other son to work on a Saturday, it did the exact same thing. It cut off on him. So I was like, okay, I'm taking it up there Monday and letting them know that it's cutting off. It needs to get fixed. They need to do something about it because basically we was having problems with this car from week 1. So by the time Monday came, the car, when I got in the car to get in there, it would not crank. So now we're here to where it won't crank. I'm going to skip all the other parts because if you watch some of my videos, I talked about it already. Took it to my dad's mechanic. He said the motor blew. And he said it was a bad motor and they sold me junk, his exact words. So I took it to my car lot. They took forever to tell me anything. They had my car for a week of not communicating, and then they finally told me they think it's something. It was, I think it may be something with the motor, which I was kind of relieved they were being honest, saying motor, period. But then, which gave me hope, thinking they were going to do the right thing. I was wrong. So, you know, we can have a difference of opinion in this. Some of you guys may say, hey, you got it as is. So that comes with the territory, as is, right? I respect that because, you know, you have a right to your opinion just as well as I have a right to mine. I feel like if you know you intentionally sell someone something that is not a good vehicle, then that is wrong. And in that case, that as is trash. Can I prove at 100% that they knew they sold me a bad vehicle? Of course not. But are the signs there? Yes, they are there. For one, I told the guy for the second time I had to take it back up there. They had me to come there 4 different times to get it inspected. Those are clues that something is not right. And then I feel like everybody tell me they just did something to your car to make it work good to where you can drive it for a little bit, and then by the time, you know, it messes up, you already done had it for a while. It messed up in 2 months. So, of course, the guy said, bring it up there, we'll fix it. And, you know, of course, I told him, I said, well, I was even willing to do this. So it was as is, and I'm a fair person, I believe. I was like, well, can you work with me? You know, can you take the bill for the car that repairs and put it at the end of my bill? And then I just keep making my payments and basically just make me pay it longer. He said he couldn't do that. He said that he first said, I can help out, but I can't eat the whole cost. Cool. And then when he found out it was for sure the motor, he said it was $3,500. He did not want to eat the cost at all. He said I can pay $1,500 more. Mind you, I just paid $2,500 on day 1. And I have made 2 payments since day 1. And he's asking me for another $1,500. Negative, not gonna happen. So, and he said he'll put the rest of the bill in my monthly payment. And I said, well, I just rather have another car from your car lot because I don't want to have to deal with his car since it's have motor issues that you fixed. So he was like, didn't really want to do that, but then he came around and said he wanted to do it. My husband and my dad was like, we don't want to do business with this guy. I had to hold them both back from just going off and making the matters worse because they know that I got a bad deal I was taken advantage of, and I spent over $3,000 with his car. That's not including insurance, just on the car alone. That's not money we just got to be having to just give away like that. I need my vehicle so I can go to work like everybody else and to do normal things like go to the grocery store and buy essentials and, you know, whatever I want to do with my car. So my dad let me borrow his truck. I was so happy about that. I love driving my dad's truck. He has an F-150 and I'm a country girl and I realized how country I am. Man, I put on my shades and I was in that car. You couldn't tell me nothing. I love driving trucks and I cannot wait to be able to have a truck one day. This video is not about the drama I had with that car lot. They still don't know that I'm not going to take my car. I'm waiting to keys in hand that my husband got me a car. And I am so excited about it because he put a pretty good penny down on his car. And I'm just excited because it's like when I've been having a car since I was 17 years old and I've never been without a vehicle. So this is my first year in my 40s, you know, having trouble with a vehicle like this. And, you know, I guess it's part of the learning process. I've always been around people who had car issues, but this is my story. So, so today is a happy video. I am getting a car. I took my dad's truck back yesterday. I washed it. I cleaned it out good. I filled it up at the gas tank, put a little air freshener in there, and it was good to go. And when I took it to him yesterday, when I gave him the keys, when he took the keys, I was holding on to them still. But he told me I could always borrow it anytime I want to. And I just got a great dad, you know. Shout out to all the great dads out there. So, but it made me want a truck. I didn't get a truck. I'm going to let you be surprised on what I get. What else I was going to say? What else? Oh, my daughter's boyfriend, he wants a truck now because they rode in it. And he wants a truck now. I don't know. It's a whole vibe. If you ever rode in a truck, you know what I'm talking about. If you ever drove a truck, you know what I'm talking about because it's different behind the wheel than in the passenger seat. You can lug things around that you need. You a boss on the road because you high up. And I mean, people respect trucks, right? They get over them. They move out your way. And with my lifestyle, being a homesteader, a.k.a. former Tessa, the homesteading Tessa or Contessa, it fits right with my personality, right with my vibe. Former Aiden, he calls my dad Pawpaw too because he calls my husband Pawpaw. And then he loved that truck. He's like, Pawpaw 2 truck? Every time he see me pull up, Pawpaw 2 truck? And he's like, that's my truck. So me and Aiden, we were having a ball in that truck. But it's back home to its original owner. My car should be delivered here any moment now. I just kind of wanted to hop on here, talk to you guys, and just kind of give you the rundown of what's been happening. What this lesson has taught me and this experience is just patience. You know, I can be impatient sometimes. When I want something done, I want it done. The infamous smoke detector. It's like, smoke detectors, they drain your batteries. I don't care what type of battery you get. Before you know it, in a month, that thing is going off again. And ours is high up. The roof in the living room is really high up. So you have to get one of them tall ladders to get up there. So it's not as easy as standing in a chair and just unscrewing it. It's like way up there. And last time, Colin, Davion did my oldest son the first time. Last time Colin was over here. He's tall. They both tall. They stood on the ladder and they still had to kind of reach to get up there because that's how tedious it is to do it. I say all that to say, forget that little beeping noise. I'm not in a basketball court. That is my smoke alarm. But like I said, this lesson taught me patience. It taught me to be grateful, which I was already grateful, humble, and I was already humble. You always want to stay humble, you know, because things can change within a matter of seconds. You could be going good, routine, but then something can cause you to set back. Because when my car went down, my husband's car was not running at its best. My daughter's car, her axle broke. Everybody's car was down at the same time. But we held it together, because in the past when we had things wrong, we would get all worked up and we would get all upset and cause division in the household. But we didn't. We prayed and we stood by each other, and now we're here. And we're on this happy occasion to where I get a car, and my husband bought it for me. Let me go put on my wedding ring. So I'll see y'all outside when it get here. Oh my guys is here. There she is. Her name's gonna be Miss Blueberry. And she's here, guys. I'm so excited. So here she is, guys. Mrs. Blueberry. I'm so happy. Let's take a look on the inside. So this is her on the inside. I like these cream color seats. That was like one of the reasons why I picked this one, because I never had a car with like the cream color. So I always had like black or gray. So that was something. I feel like it gives it like a luxury style. I am used to this dashboard because my Nissan Altima had it. This is something different, the gear shift. I hear these gear shifts, they're kind of tricky, but thank God for YouTube and for TikTok, because since I watch a lot of videos about it, I know how to work it. And my BFF, we now have the same vehicle, which is the Rogue. My version is a 2022, and I'm loving it. It is big, it's spacious. All my kids are grown. I only have my grandbaby and one grandbaby on the way. So this definitely is a vehicle that gives the GG vibes. So, but you know, the GG vibes that is fabulous. I do like this feature here. So when I opened it up, I seen that you can put shade. So you can actually pull this up, and then you have like shade. Just hook it on to these little things right here. It's like a little window hook, and you can block the sun. And both sides on the back have that same thing. So yes, thank God. I know with him everything is possible, and without him I wouldn't be me, you know. So like my shirt say, I am a blessed mom. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and remember, don't be a stranger and be kind to each other. I'm gonna play with my car, put all my little car toys in there, and I'm gonna call it a video. Bye.